together. And I know that people have been thanked many, many times, but the fact is that afterglow, as it were, no pun intended, of the great effort made by the county in working with all the agencies and so forth, I think has really shown what the county can do and how the county can pull things together when we're really addressing this. And I'm hoping that when we get some of these communication systems in place, when we get some of the broadcasting arrangements in place and so on and so forth, we can be a little bit more effective in communicating. I'm also very pleased to have had an opportunity to work with the first five, finished up now my 10th year as a member of the first five commission, and I think some of the things they're doing with regard to children's health are cutting edge in the entire country. Again, it doesn't go particularly noticed. We talk about it a whole lot at the supervisorial level, but we do get the support from the Board of Supervisors. We get the support of staff and those of you who have been paying attention to the health programs, the mental health services program, and just the ongoing information for parents that are having a hard time out there with their preschool kids are really, truly impressive. Another thing we've found valuable this year is to finish out 3 years working on the railroad. I'm not talking about actually doing it with a sledgehammer and drivers, but the reality is here is that they really just get up here to Ukiah and on the Willits within our lifetimes. Again, if we take some of the very much younger people here. But the reality is here is that these projects are out there really coming forward. Finally, I'd like to say that I think that under the circumstances here in the county, given what we've had to deal with in terms of the shortfalls, the shortcomings and so forth, there's been real efforts being showing real production in the ability of people to adapt, to improvise, and to maintain at least a level of morale that would sometimes be belied by the facts on the ground. And sometimes you have to smile in the face of adversity and smile when you're told you have to cut this and you won't be able to do that and so forth. And finally, I'd like to thank the CEO of the legal, I've said finally now 3 times, I'd like to thank the CEO for his efforts, clerk of the board, and the county council in particular. There are 3 people that we as supervisors have very direct contact with on a regular, ongoing basis. And I think each one in his or her own way has done a really fantastic job of providing services to this supervisor. I'll speak only for myself, but this has been good to see, and I think it reflects the whole tone of where we may be able to be going here in the years to come. So I'm looking forward to a good year.
Michael? As we sit here, everybody went around the table talking about all the major accomplishments. It's really gratifying to see all the things we've done, because we don't get a damn bit of publicity out of it in the papers. The press has ignored us. The Press Democrat was written off in Mendocino County. The Journal couldn't get a book report on the Cat and Hat right. So to hear everybody, what we all get done, and to know that that's really happening is extremely heartwarming, and it really shows that you folks know what you're doing. You do a damn good job at it. And even if we can't get that message out to the public, know that there's a lot of us out there that know what happens, and we're very grateful for all that stuff that you do. Now, the microwave system that Kristen and the Sheriff's Department and others have worked on is huge. And I know that, I'm surprised you have any hair left. You've been pulling it out, trying to get this done. And
I can't wait to sleep at night. That's been the worst part.
I don't appreciate it.
It's just that those are not small tasks. The issues that Joey mentioned, the water, and whether it's Scout Lake or Lake Mendocino, which she always seems to forget that one because it's not his district, but we have made some good progress on that one within the last 4 years, John. The others is that we've been able to put forward this year, particularly around the marijuana issue, the policies and the headaches, and Meredith, your office been wonderful in trying to make that happen and, share of it in the sheriff's office as well. But, and David touched on it a little bit, but in the fires this summer, 107 fires throughout this county, both Jim and I spent a lot of time in the EOC, and we work with, I think, probably so, if not every one of you, most of you in there at one point or another, and the cooperation that not only you, but your staff have provided in that EOC was remarkable. And it just, the information flowed, people were there, they didn't hesitate to ask what can I do to help. And just, I look back, I can't say everybody, but I'm sure that I'm shared. But I sit there and look back and I think, I'm damn proud to have been part of that, and head up this family that worked so damn hard to deliver the services and to keep the people of this county safe. And it's very gratifying to look back and see that. Over the course of my tenure, a lot of department heads have come and gone, and those of you that have been around here the whole time, it's been a challenge. You've seen those ebbs and flows, and some of you may not be around, or I guess everybody here will be, but a few more that are transitioning out, and to each and every one of them, they've all provided a lot to this county, to the people, and I want to thank them for that. So I understand.
Thank you, Supervisor, for your comments. It doesn't put pay in all of your pockets or your purses, but it's things that we as a board needed to say. You do the work, reestablish the policies, and you put it into play there. And those comments came from the heart of all five of us. That I think we have a unique county in many ways, more positives than negatives, and certainly one of the highest positives is the workforce that we have, and it's greatly appreciated. So, where do we go from here, Allison?
Well, that's a hard act to follow. Very, very nice to meet you in the room, and I think reflective of what it means for all of us to be part of this team. So I know you want to move quickly through the rest of what's here, so we will do that. On county strategies and priorities, I'll kind of hit them real quickly, except for I do want to follow the goal of the planning team schedule. So if you want it to slow down, you can say so. If not, we'll just kind of come on. So the economic development strategic planning, I think in terms of the update there was an acknowledgement of the sessions that we did throughout the year, and then the last workshop in November, we talked about strategies and what board members were most interested in. The very clear message that came out of that is that for this county, maybe at this point in time, economic development primarily means infrastructure development and support for infrastructure and connecting that with opportunities in both the public sector and the private sector. So if there's some other message we should be getting, feel free to let us know, but that is the main message we take, and I think that it's reflective of where we are as a county, and that if we can pay attention to some of the infrastructure needs, then we'll be building a platform that economic development can come from. So the biggest thing that's going to happen this next year is development of the SEDS, the Comprehensive Economic Development Strategies Plan for the feds, and that will be coming back to the board next year for approval. So there's more discussion people want to have, that's that.
One interruption.
Sure.
It's pretty informal get-together, so if you want to get a cup of coffee like I'm about to do, feel comfortable and continue on.
Okay, moving right along here.